back here, so I'm going to stay back here. If you can just follow along with me as I keep going. It's a special message. Hopefully my wife don't get upset. But I took some things this morning, because we're going to make sure Greater Bethesda get what they need to hear. So I'm going to make sure I serve you the right way. So I'm going to sit down, have this conversation. Make sure you can see me. How you doing today? You good? You need me to get you some water? Not a problem. Yeah. I can pour that for you. Yeah, I'll get you some. I'll get you some water. Yeah, you can have that. You can have that. Hey, but you doing okay? You doing all right? You good? Okay. Good. We just allowed a killer to sit next to us. We just allowed someone to come next to us that shouldn't be at our table with us. This is a table that provided for us to eat. We just allowed him by he offered water to us. We just allowed it. This is how he do it. The 3 different steps that he actually takes that we must actually face him to understand our fear, to understand the next level that we actually must take. It's 3 different things. This is how it actually usually gonna sound. You're not going to make it through. You're not going to be what you want to be. Listen to me. You're not going to be that college person. You're going to quit high school today. You're not going to be in the doctor field. No, you're not going to make the finance. You're not going to make the money. You're not going to get bigger. You're not going to be enough. If you heard that, the devil just sat at your table. If you understood that, the devil actually just sat down to you and just told you this. A lot of us here, if you like me. Another one is, number 2, for my young people. This is what you're going to hear. You're not good enough. You can't be the pastor of this church. Why? Why you? You don't want to be the pastor. You don't want to be the youth that you are. You don't want to actually motivate people. You're not enough. If you have heard this again, that's the devil again coming next to you, again controlling your lifestyle. And the 3rd one, everybody is against you. No one cares about you. The other day on the computer, John actually, when you came to work, John actually was talking about you through email. Hey, that was John. You just don't understand. John don't care about you. John don't care about your life. Listen to me. When you come to work tomorrow, just check out John. I'm telling you, that's what John do. Next step, you come to work. You see John on the computer. You're like, John, he is talking about me. He's on the computer. The devil is right. He did. This is a step when you realize John was actually on the computer, not even worried about you. John was making sure he get his job done. But see what happened, the perception was somebody was talking about you. That's how the devil come across on you. When he understands what your level of greatness is, he actually holds you back so you can't have a bigger thought. His first 3 things, like I just said, he's going to tell you in the beginning, everybody's against you. This is what we can't have a war back and forth with him. This is how we got, because understand, this is a feast fest for you. This is actually what, as he said, this is how God actually put it. This is how you should say it when your shepherd actually prepares the table for you and presents you against the enemy. This is how you should be. You sit down, you look him in your eye with your swag, and you look at him and you say, thank you for providing me for the mental, the spiritual, the emotional, physical. Thank you. I apologize, but thank you so much for what you have provided for me. Every single thing that you stand up and you look at the enemy across from the table, you let the enemy know before you even sit down my table, just not for you. And you move on. You make sure you tell that enemy before you set it out that, hey, you're not welcome here no more. Because you got to be understandable. When you let your friend sit across from you, he may not be work for you. So you got to understand that. But he's going to offer you some more. That's how he comes across to you. And see, you just received it, he might not be in the best intention for you. So be cautious when you sit at your table. Amen. Again, first off, I want to say thank you to Pastor King and First Lady King. I appreciate them just to have me here. And thank you guys, Greater Bethesda. My wife, I want to thank my wife, my kids. Without them, I speak all around y'all. I remember Mr. King jogging around our neighborhood, and he had a, I could see a brother in running. I could see a brother with God on his mind. What he didn't know was his wife was praying a year before he even established his church mode. So she was actually nervous, but she understand her husband's way of life that he has to go. It's not his way, but he has to go. So before it happened, she understood, and that's why I thank you. I thank you, because understanding, I was in between both. So I was listening to Miss King, then I was saying Mr. King, but he was jogging to get so much stuff off his mind. But Mrs. King had stuff on her mind. And I was sitting back looking like, wow, God's about to do some great stuff. God's so awesome. And I sit back and I thought about this journey. As I seen him walk past me, he said, you know I'm about to start my church. I said, I know he did that. And then I thought about it. I said, well, I speak to a lot of you. When I told Miss King, I sat in the office, I said, Miss King, I got to keep going. I got to move on. She said, why? I said, because I did my job. Now I got to keep going for God. Every kid that I come in entitled with, the youth, the ministers, when I ask you, I'm that same guy from New Orleans. I'm that same guy that sat in front of you right now from New Orleans, Louisiana. My family didn't have nothing. I talk about two different things. It's two different things that I'm going to remind you about. It's called, one is called the covenant, and one is called the contract. See, my grandmother, when my daddy bailed out on me, she made a covenant to me. See, when my mom's had me at 18, she made a covenant and said, hey, I got your back. She couldn't finish high school, but she made a covenant to me. Yeah. A covenant is, just in case you don't know, that's an agreement between two people. That's when me and you sitting here, we have an agreement. That's an agreement. When I told Miss King, I said, I'm about to go to Tony Robbins' event. Miss King called me with a text message. I told my wife, she already texted me and said, I need you at home. I said, I'll be there. Again, when I said that same guy 2 years ago, I replayed this whole conversation. As I replayed, I said, God is so good. For me, God, I'm that same guy from Hurricane Katrina that when my dad left, he had a contract. So he got nervous. He started putting alcohol in his system. He started not listening to his same mother that took care of me. But I kept calling him. The best advice he ever gave me was to marry my beautiful wife. He called me over the phone and said, don't play house.
Yeah, that's right.
He called me and said, hey, don't you play house.
Yes.
And see, I think that was God revealing to my father, like I wasn't in his life, but I gotta give him. But if I was young and I wouldn't listen, like your parents probably tell you, and you're like, I gotta know this. Because like I just said, you sat at the table. You gotta watch who sit at the table. Adults too.
That's right.
Sometimes some people don't need to sit at your table. That's why I started there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So you gotta imagine who's at your table, and some people, like I said, you gotta tell that person across from you, you're not welcome here.
All right, that's right.
So as I keep going to this level, and I keep understanding where we're headed at, and I keep talking about how great the King was, how great when I came into Greater Bethesda, just the spirit of the people. And when I spoke to T.D. Jake, and I have a conference call with those people, and I go and I have a little meeting. I don't talk about all the stuff I've been around. I talk about what I've been through. See, when God is using you, I hate when I see pastors, and you gotta think about some big pastors you might know. When you see them, like when I go to Zion Church, my church don't have nothing to do with my pastor. It's all about you sitting here. Pastor King can't be the only one singing.
That's right.
So at the end of the day, not to say nothing personal, but like I said, as we got wounded witnesses. And if you ever been wounded, I'm going to talk more about it, but if you ever been wounded, it hurts. But you get wounded to actually go experience something, to talk about it, to witness it.
That's right, yes.
So what happens in my life, I got wounded because I was that guy that father wasn't around. I was that guy that grandma made that covenant to me. I was that guy that actually, when my grandmother came to me, she said, I will always cover you. I will make sure that you pass. I will make sure that you graduate out of high school. I will make sure that your parents have everything. My grandma always had 5 kids. She took on me and my little brother as 2. She took us 2 in. I said, I saw her giving grace. I saw her giving glory. I saw her going to church every Sunday, but as a young man, I didn't understand how to go to church. To be honest, being realistic. I didn't understand when I was up there, when I was going to talk. I was just talking just to be talking. I was up there because my parents made me go. I didn't get it until actually I understood the covenant, and then I understood what the contract was, so I understood the 2 differences. I understood because when I first walked into church, when I was young, at 12, 13, 14, 15, 18 years old, I went through something in my life. I still didn't get it. When I came to church and I didn't understand I had a gift. I kept holding it down because I kept sitting in the seat. But see, what happens is, when I talk to older people with wisdom, I ask every old person, I say, what have you told about your wound? I want to know how your wound was in order for me to reach the other young people, because a lot of times we have to explain our wound because that's a witness, and actually what we try to do is we don't want to talk about it because it was too deep. So I go to every older person that I meet, I go to everybody that I talk to, I want to know what you've been through. Because see, the younger millennium today, that's what they understand. That's how they understand. That's how they believe into it. You can't come to me and just tell me to read the Bible. I don't know how to read the Bible at the age of 12.
That's right, that's right.
At the age of 25, I still ain't get to learn how to read the Bible. Now I can tell you my wife probably knows, but I didn't know.
Right, right.
My wife used to leave me every single time when I got from Hurricane Katrina. She used to go to church. It only was 50 members. Now my church got 5,000 members.
Wow.
The anointing on side of you is powerful.
Yes.
When you sit here today, like I just said, it's a moment I'm about to explain to you. It's another level. This thing big. Like they just say, this is actually this big.
Amen.
And I didn't understand it. Why use us? When you wounded, he using pastor to relate to you so you can actually go get others.
That's right. Amen.
So a lot of times, as us understanding witnesses, we got to understand to be wounded, we actually have to be a witness. To understand being wounded, you have to actually believe and understand your story is real personal. It's your story. It's not your story, it's your story. Your story is different than his story. But to get down with you, we got to understand, they got to know why you went to jail. Because they don't understand that. They got to understand, look, I finally understood when I told my dad, like, why he did what he did. He finally told me, no, I made sure I had to provide for him. My mother finally told me, listen to me, I had you at 18, I shouldn't have been having sex. That's why I was so hard on your little brother. That's because she was wounded, so she ain't shared. Because see, a lot of times as us being Christians, we don't want to share our story. Yeah. But God has put you through that so you can share your story.
Right.
So when I sit here and tell you you're being wounded, see, I talk to you all the time. You say you want to be a businessman. He come to my house, I say, come wash my car. He was there. Mr. Boyd, I'm tired. But that's where it started.
That's right. That's right.
So as he came, he didn't know nothing about me. He saw me, but as we talking, I said, I got 2 businesses now that we actually doing, right? He washed all the cars. Oh, I said, what that young man outside spring? He got the pressure washer. The pressure washer control. Sweat, he's sweating, it's hot. I know it's hot outside, we're back inside. But he wanted to be an entrepreneur.
Yes, that's right.
And see, our younger people want to do better things in life.
That's right. Yes, they do.
But my older people, and my mothers and my fathers, we already wounded. And everybody has been through something. Everybody has been through a conversation that's better than the next person. If we don't understand the millennium today, they want to see it.
Yes.
I'm gonna bring up a story to you how we're gonna talk about right here. Let me show you a quick story. Hold up 1 second before I can lie on. Because I'm used to the good technology, but I gotta move forward with it. Because it's love at Greater Bethesda. I love you guys. I appreciate it. I got the yes and I got the good conversation mode. I love it. I love it. Give me 1 second. All right. Forgot to make the comments. I got to make sure you get through this. So the millennium, when we speak into the millennium, this is what they want to know. We had a conversation about, my church was doing something about 6 to 5 weeks ago on saying, why the millennials not coming to church? You know what the millennials are? 18 to 35, 18 to 34. That's the kind of age range. And the conversation was, how can we reach that age? Yes. So the conversation was, we was not, what our pastor trying to understand, he said, you know, we're not being transparent. Another conversation, and we had a group discussion where we wasn't picking no sides because I got a head on. Doesn't mean that I don't know anything. It's just because I got the knowledge inside of me. But if you discriminate me from the beginning because of my hat. Right. So when people saw me with my hat, they didn't know why this guy been touched by God. But when I sat next to T.D. Jake and he was right there, who this young man from New Orleans is? Right. Nice to meet you, sir. I get your personal phone number. Nice to meet you. So like I just said, I ain't gonna change my swag. I gotta keep my swag. And a lot of us, we gotta understand who can sit by our table, who can't sit at our table. So the conversation, like I just said, they said another one, they said, not being accountable. They don't have no one checking on them. In the beginning, they start with them and then they leave them alone. Wow. Then the next one that they came out said, they said, you know what? Not even that, but you talk about your God, you say how good your God is, and you say you believe in your God, but like I said, you got to be wounded, but you're not explaining why your God is so good to them, so they don't believe it. So in the beginning, they come because you told them to come to church, and at the beginning, like I was just going with my grandmother. Is anybody with me? Like y'all still there? So what happens is they was talking about it, and what they said, what do your God do when my self-esteem go down? What do you do? What do your God do for me when I'm in depression mode? What do your God do when my marriage is going bad? What do your God do when I get cut from a basketball team? What do your God do when I ain't even get accepted to college? Yes. They won't know what do your God do, but what they not asking, like I just said, we wounded. Yes. And I'm pausing for a second because I feel God is in there and He's using me so amazing. Thank you, God. Yes, that's right. And that's amazing that He used me. Yes. When I realized it, when we just talked about, I said, well, then they asked a question. They said, well, on a grown-up level, how's your God help my finance situation? Everybody talking about this big house, big this, big that. How's your God's helping my health style? Yes. How's your God? Like she just talked about her story. Where's the saint? She just talked about her heart, but she need to talk about that when it's time. We ain't stood until she said that. Right. Yes. Why should you, at the time you sang, you gotta understand you're doing it for a reason. Yes. So at the moment, like I said, when I spoke to Ms. King, she said, man, my church is amazing. She said, my members are awesome, Mr. Lord. Hallelujah. I was like, this is the same church when I first came in for the first 2 or 3 weeks. She said, but see, that's your leader. See, if you're not standing up to your leader, listen to me. T.D. Jakes, when I go to their conference, they don't have no one in the circle that's not higher than them or better. So your leader already said, man, my church is exceptional. That's right. So at that moment, that means she not saying her is exceptional. She said her church is exceptional. So what she waiting is for you to go big. What she's waiting is, I got some young youth that's ready to minister today. Yes. What she's waiting is, Zion, you can reach some kids at Douglas. I need you to go today. Yes. That's what she's waiting on. That's a lot different than us sitting back and just say, hey, I'm just coming to my parents and hey, that's what it was. That's exactly what it was, you know. I ain't really into church like that. Another one was, why they need to know the why. I said, this is the question. They said, why they need to know these questions, and why they need to relate to God, and why they need to think big, and why they need to go for big M, and why they have to understand the level. They said, because I tell them, I said, worship is amazing.
Yes, it is.
I don't know if you pray with God sometimes, but when you just in a room and you and crying in the shower, when God came to me, I was crying. My wife didn't know it. And then I went to my wife, I said, let me be great, baby. That's my motto I use for the youth. And I yell in the stream, but they understand it was inside of me. So when it's time for me to be great, but man, you probably got more knowledge than I have. Your life probably been harder than my life is. Well, God is standing there saying, when you going to worship with me and let him see it? I need you to save more lives. I don't need to think about you, because I know you flipped over that car and you still walked out of it. I know you actually had a financial problem, but you got a better job. I know you actually didn't even have nothing, but I gave you something. I know that you actually sat there and you about to get hurt and the person next to you died.
Oh my God. Yes. Ooh, Jesus.
That's your wall. That's your room right here. See, I was that young person. I didn't understand it. I didn't understand it. Like I do today. I didn't understand what the womb was.
Yes.
And why you want to notice me? I didn't understand when my mom didn't have no money and we still had food on the table. I didn't understand why my grandmother gave 20% at church instead of 10% that they told us. But now I look at it, her grace now she retired at 51. And I come back every time and I give her everything I have. If that's not God, I don't know what it is. All right. So as we look at it, that's just that point. The next one is the grace. The grace for him. Amen. They want to know why we have so much grace. Can we describe the grace and the compassion? I always say when I go to kids, I stand like this. I want to see my Walkman. When he died for you. When he died, he was bleeding. He even said, forgive them, God, for they don't know. Forgive their sins, Father, but they don't know. And I can picture me standing on a cross with my hands on both sides with a nail on me saying, oh my God, he praying for the others.
Yes.
That's a good God.
Yes.
That's a good Jesus. When Jesus was standing on that cross, he said, Father, please forgive them for they don't.
Yes.
You know the rest of you old school. I know y'all do.
They know not what they do.
That's where we at. That's what that's what the millennials want to know. That's what they need to know. Let me give you a quick story about Thomas. When I read it, it's John 20, so I'm going to give you some Bible first, because I know Miss King, I can't y'all church, I know y'all talking about the Bible. Alright? I'm going to make sure I give y'all some Bible verses. I don't want y'all walk out here and say, Coach B just came in, and we ain't talking nothing about them words. So my old schools, I'm going to give you some words today, and put it in today, okay? Alright? Amen? Alright, let's go. So, let's look at John 20, verse 21 through 28.
All right.
This is how the verse, I got the NIV version from my computer, and I don't have my phone, so. So what happened was, again, Jesus said, peace be with you, as the Father has sent me. I'm sending you. And with that, he breathed on them and said, receive the Holy Spirit. If you forgive anyone's sins, their sins are forgiven. If you do not forgive them, they are not forgiven. Now Thomas, that's where I was in that belief state of Thomas. Now Thomas, one of the 12, was not with the disciples when Jesus came. So the other disciples told him, we have seen the Lord. But he said to them, unless I see the nail marks in his hand and put my fingers, I'm going to explain to you later, okay? So put my fingers where the nails were and put my hand into his side, I will not believe. I thought about my time, with my young youth time. The reason why I didn't understand it, or our Jesus, or our God, because I had to believe it and I had to see it to understand it. And when I seen my mother suffer, when I seen my daddy right now, I heard he's a pastor in jail right now to this current day. When I see it and I actually heard it, that was 8 years ago. He's still in prison, but now he's pastoring over many of his. Amen. So let me continue on going. As we continue on, I was at and a week later, his disciples were in the house again.
and Thomas was with them. Through the doors were locked. Jesus came and stood among them and said, "Peace be with you." Then he said to Thomas, "Put your finger here.
Yes.
See my hand, reach out of your hand and put it into my side. Stop doubting and believe."
Yes.
Thomas said to him, "My Lord, my God."
Yes.
If you think about Thomas, we all be Thomas.
Yes.
Can we all raise our hand and say we've been wounded before?
Amen.
How many of us have just been wounded? When you know, don't come in here playing with me tonight. Now you know on Saturday morning, you ain't gonna really get up this morning. But you know some of your family members around you probably needed you, but you get tired of keep telling them God is good. See, Thomas, again, he was one of the disciples. See, what happens is, I think we forget it, but when Jesus came, he didn't give all the disciples a touch right here. Oh, he didn't do that. See, Thomas, what happened, Jesus knew. Jesus knew who wanted to see it. And so you gotta think about it, y'all. We're in a crowded room. So they're in a small room. So you gotta think about it. Right now, if we go to a funeral, let's take this for example. If I'm at a funeral, I always give examples, I love giving examples. If we had a funeral, my young people, you know we had a funeral on Friday, okay, we went to the casket, we saw the casket, we had the family together. On Saturday, all right, we seen them get in the ground, okay, that's what we saw on Saturday. On Sunday, he pops up in the room. Pastor, he was in the room. Pastor, he ain't not, he was in the room. So, he ain't knocking on the door. So you saying, the guy that I just seen back, I saw him back, like I saw him, I around there, like, man, get up out of this joint, man. That's being realistic. Because if we keep it realistic, but again, that was Jesus who did it.
Yeah.
So when Jesus came in the room, let's go back to what he said. He said when Jesus come into the room, I think, but he said to them, this is what Thomas told him, he said, "Unless I see the nail marks in his hand and put it in his fingers, where the nails were," he wanted to see where the nails was, he said, "and put my hand into his side, I will not believe." A week later, like I just said, a week later, Thomas was not there when Jesus first came. But a week later, Thomas was with them. The doors were locked. Jesus came and stood among them and said, "Peace be with you." And then he said, "Thomas," he pulled Thomas out. Thomas, you right there. Like Zion called me and said, "Want to be entrepreneur?" I said, "Z, come on with me." Some of us, as wounded, we got to make them calls. Some of them, as we wounded, we got to make sure that we keep the young youth. We can't say why they not coming to church because we're not calling them. That's why they not coming.
All right.
We can't say, "Hey, why we don't have a choir?" Because we're not trying to make a choir. That's why we're not making it.
All right. Yes.
See, a lot of times we come in here, we're going to be spectators. But let me tell you the difference with Jesus. He wasn't let me tell you. Oh, this is how good he was. When Jesus came in, he stood. So they heard the breath. So they heard the breath, and they heard the. Somebody got to hear this today. So when it happened, what happened was when he got in the room, he said he called out that Thomas. Put your hand here. Put your hand right here. So when he touched it, he witnessed it. See, a lot of times we tell our story, our kids like, "Oh, you've been telling us that, grandma, you've been telling us that, auntie, you've been telling us, auntie, dad. Mama, you keep telling me about this struggle, but what struggle are we really having? Mama, you keep telling me my dad left me, but you ain't never tell me the story what happened with you and dad. Mama, you keep telling me that we broke, but you keep buying me these joys. I don't understand." So the thing was, Jesus came in. And see, as us, as his, like Lady King said, I heard her. She said, "I'm looking for disciples." She said, "I don't want no members. Just tell me disciples." Because he understands. Like when Jesus left, he understands he was part of the disciples. So he went, see, you gotta understand. You can't let everybody see you.
That's right.
I don't go, because we don't go to everybody. I trust Z. Because I know Z gonna reach more sooner or later. See, understand, you gotta understand. Other kids we can't go to.
Not because I don't love them, it's because I gotta go to that leader that I see somewhere in there. She's somewhere in there. She's somewhere
in the crowd, yeah.
I gotta go to her wife, because you know what, she gonna tell that story when she got molested. And she's not gonna just tell her kids why you cannot stay late at night and you can't hang out with your homegirl, because that's how she got raped. Or you know what, that dad actually, when that dad say, hey, come in at 8 o'clock, man, come on in at 8 o'clock. And that kid don't understand why to come on in at 8. But he do understand when you tell him, man, you know what, the reason why, man, I got locked up that time. I was smoking marijuana and I shouldn't be doing it. I was actually caught with someone that was smoking and I wasn't doing nothing. I was still around it. Right. See, the beginning of my stage, I said you sit at the table, but you gotta understand that this is somewhere certain people can't be at your table. My youth do that every time and I see it. I see my adults not coming in, and where I talk to a lot of parents call me and say, Coach B, can you talk to my kid? A lot of businesses call me and now say, can you talk to my business? A lot of people say, hey, I need your leadership involved, and I tell them my story first. And what's crazy, I can relate to my pastors, to my ministers, to my deacons. I can relate to different ways where I know, like she said, she stayed right down the street from me. I felt bad because I said, I ain't going down the street where I can fellowship with her husband. That's what I should have. That's my fault. But you know what? From now, I will be going down the street to make sure I say, hey, man, you need some help with the cutting the grass? Because now we got to build up a whole different community now.
There you go.
So like she said, I'm back to the subject. I ain't want to get off. I'm back to the subject, but she said, I need discipleship. So Jesus came in, and when he came in, he showed his woes. When I had that conversation, I'm not going to sugarcoat it to you. I'm not going to tell you just come to church because you need to come to church. I'm going to tell you my story, why I need to tell you to come to church, and so you can understand it now. It's a lot different than I just say, hey, you just need to come to church. And I used to be going out, I want to go to church tonight. I hate church. I don't know why I got to go to church again. And I sit in that service for 2.5 hours, and we sit back, and they clapping, and then we do the eating after it's over, and I be like, girl, if I don't get out of here and get to my Instagram. At that time, we didn't have Instagram. We were doing the text message thing, you know, the people joint. I was like, look, getting out of church, man. What's good, Slim? I ain't knew nothing wrong with saying. But now today, y'all gotta understand, once they leave here, they getting on their Snapchat. They getting on their video game. They getting on something that's taking their attention from the God. So if we're not being wounded and sharing our story, we can't grow.
Yes, that's right.
And they got to know it because they want to believe it.
Yes.
I got an older lady that's on my team. She's over everything. She's 79. She's Catholic.
All right.
But see, I don't discriminate either I'm Catholic or Christian or Baptist. We all live in the same God. We all understand that Jesus died on the cross. So I'm not against any of the religion.
Right.
But I understand my God, and I understand where I'm living today because of my God.
Right.
Because I remember when I was young at the age of 6, my dad shot a guy right in front of me. Wow. I could have died right then and there.
That's right.
But I realized I wasn't my dad's child.
Right.
I was God's child.
God's child. All right.
It was totally different. So when my dad tried to make me play football, and I played basketball, he never told me about education. He never talked to me about that. He never told me, man, I played, but I wasn't successful. He never told me, well, I want you in a ministry, but I went through a long struggle. He never told me in a deep conversation. He only called me and told me one advice. He said, you should marry that lady to make sure you don't get a house. That was the best advice he gave. But just think about it. If he'd have told me back then, I could have saved him. Dad, I don't want to play basketball. Dad, I don't want to do football. I want you. Because see, every day my kids see me, my daughter this morning tell me a story real quick. She told me something this morning. She said, Dad, you nervous? My kids don't even know Daddy be speaking all over. I just went to University of Minnesota. I just went to Miami. I actually went to University of Maryland. So what's crazy, my daughter comes up, she said, Dad, you nervous? I only get nervous when they're around. But understand, because I want her to know the truth. Because Daddy been wounded. And she might not come to every trial because I know she got to go to sleep. But she don't understand. Like me and my wife talked to her about sex. See, a lot of parents, we keep that out. We go, I'm saying, oh, we talk about that right have that conversation. We got to talk about it. And see, at the final part, this is how Jesus told him. Touch me in my side. So you know what the side is, but right next to his heart. See, you gotta understand that, Pastor. You gotta understand. Sometimes when we wounded, he was a witness. So when he came, he touched him on the side. And when he touched him, he touched right next to him. So that, for Thomas, he actually had to realize, like, and then he said at the end, my Lord, my Lord, my God. My God. The question I got for you before I finish this up is value yourself and believe in yourself. And if you miss my topic, because I know I always get excited, like I said going big on what you expose you. Going big, but how will you expose? We can't be fearful Christians. We can't be saying we're a Christian today, and tomorrow we don't want to tell our story. We can't be, like she said, I need disciples. And when she said that, I think a lot of times we try not to be too pushy and angry. But if you look at the best churches, or you look at churches that act, I have never seen a greater Bethesda. This church is a mega church, ready to have. Amen. See, the power that you don't realize, you about to go. Because like I tell my team, I say either you on the bus or you going to be off the bus. I ain't got no in between.
That's right.
Like on Sunday, I tell them, no, I don't need you to come in video camera, nothing. No, I'm good. They was like, you sure not? Go to church. That was your name. That was near. They was like, you sure go to me? Yeah, I'm positive. Positives. At the end of the day, you have to value yourself and believe in yourself. That's adults, that's kids, that's children, that's young people. Believe in yourself. Value yourself. Me and my wife went to a quick story. Me and my wife went to Puerto Rico. Now, have you ever been to a 5-star or 3-star? Oh my God. Y'all laughing. I'm keeping it realistic. You ever been through a 5-star and a 3-star? So, I'm used to it because when I go speaking, they don't put me in a 2 or 3 star. Don't get me wrong. You see, I'm a quiet person. They don't know that. See, when God about to do something crazy, I sip up and I gotta understand. My lifestyle is saying, understand, be humble. Understand, be humble where you at. But understand when you deliver, I'm gonna give y'all 125. I don't deserve to give you less than that. Every single time I value myself and I believe in myself. But I believe in my greatest God. He's so good. He's so gracious. So as you being wounded, you got to understand the level that you need. My brothers, my sisters, my younger people sitting here today. Coach B ain't just giving you a normal speech. Right now, you know it's touching you in your heart, like saying, I got a lot of young people right now that say they're going to step up after this message happens. I got a lot of old people saying right now, I can't wait, because you walk out that door, you're going to walk out that door, and you're not going to do it today. You're going to do it some other time, it's going to be too late.
My God.
So Coach B is here tonight, Coach B is here today, to say you need to step up. Damn, you got to tell yourself now.
Yes.
So as we go into the ceremony, and my wife said she's planning. She's like, babe, don't worry about it, I got it. I said, babe, you're going to get tired of 2-star, 3-star, okay. She said, girl, she said, boy, my bad. She said, boy, she said, listen, I got this here. You know y'all women, y'all say y'all got this here. So when I get there, she said, oh, we had a 5-star, man. I didn't know what a 5-star is, so let me tell you what a 5-star is, just in case you don't know what a 5-star is. Okay, so we pull up to the spot on we take an Uber. How we got there? So we got a taxi there, so when we showed up to the hotel, a 5-star, and we take the difference between a 5-star and a 3-star and a 2-star. So when I showed up to a 5-star, good evening, Mr. Boy, how you doing today? Man, that's good. That's good. Grab my bag out the car, look like grab them and put them on the deck. Mr. Boy, hey, sorry, we can't check you in right now, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually make sure that we take care of you with some refreshments, some wine. We're gonna take. So I don't drink, so my white girl, she got her glasses on, she's like, oh, Puerto Rico, 5-star, 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 okay? okay, so, because any other time when you go at a 3-star or 2-star, you know you show up with all your bags and luggage. So nobody come to carry your bag, right? So you carry it and then they tell you that you can't check in after 4 o'clock. You cannot check in after 4 o'clock. And you carrying all your stuff. Nobody like, you ain't like you're going nowhere. And they like, hey, you need to wait about an hour, or you might need to wait 15 minutes because the room not clean yet. So you gotta understand. So when I was at the 5-star, we inside of the difference between the 5-star and the 3-star. So when I finally got in there, they had our bags already in there. See, they value craft. They believe in what they stand for. That's what I'm just saying. You gotta believe in Greater Bethesda. You can't walk in and say, I don't go to Greater Bethesda. You gotta say, I represent for Greater Bethesda. If you sit around someone that's doing wrong, you gotta say, listen, man, I stayed at a pastor today, and my pastor told me I gotta make sure you're not on my table. You need to move from over.
That's right. All right now.
You can't try to blend in. You gotta value yourself more than anything. So when I got to the 5-star, back to the story. I'm always going back. I'm back to the story because I enjoyed that 5-star experience. Oh, it's so good. So as I went inside. We had candy bars. They had chips. They had little snacks. They had Snicker bars, granola bars. They had the good stuff. My wife looking like, don't touch that. You don't gotta pay for that. I said, what you mean I gotta pay for that? I said, let's call downstairs. You know we nervous. Like, okay, they probably like, let's keep it real. Can I keep it real, Greater Bethesda? So we in there. So we have to say. So my wife said. So I called. I said, hey. This is hi, Mr. Boyd. First of all, this is how they answer. Hi, Mr. Boyd. How can I help you? That's a 5-star. How can I help you? So I was like, hi, man. I don't want to feel like we ain't got the money. So I was like, hey, how y'all doing? Hey, I see y'all got candy bars in there. Is that for us? So they say, sure, not a problem. All of that's for you. So as we ate the candy, we didn't realize. So me and my wife, we eat milk. I got my Snickers. I got my chips. So in the icebox, they had a refrigerator in there. So they got Coke, ginger ale, water. I love water. So they ain't got just a regular deal part. They got a nice water bottle, big tall one. So I was like, okay. So we grabbed water. I was like, all this is free. All this is free. You better stop drinking so much. All this is free. So at 6 o'clock or 7, somebody knocks on the door. Say, how can we refill you? I said, excuse me, man. How can we refill you? And the lady, I said, I gotta do something. Like, hold on, stay right there. She said, no, I don't want that. I'm here to serve you.
My God.
It's totally different. When I went to the 3-star, I ain't feeling it.
That's right.
So how many of you ready to serve today? God, see, I was battling how should I come to Greater Bethesda? Because I was under, Ms. King said, talk about this subject, and Mr. King, I was like, no, I need to speak right here, but I need to make sure that they understand what big is. When you dream big, you're going to go big.
That's right. Amen.
So what's crazy, like he told me, and when I saw it, I said, well, they want 5-star service. I said, they want 5-star service. When you get 5-star service at the door, you meet them and greet them as you come in. I saw 5-star service when I got to Greater Bethesda. Hi, good morning, how you doing? Good to see you. Hey, love and hug. Are we doing that daily? Are we doing it every single day? Are we doing it at school, young people? Are you doing it extra when you know you should have studied last night? Your mama had to come and tell you to get them books, man. Your dad don't have to tell you to get off that game when you've been on that 3 or 4 game. My kids don't have no TV in their room. We got to socialize. We got to talk.
That's right.
My daughter understands. She told me, Dad, you're not nervous? I said, nah, you're on a 4th grade reading level and you just spoke at almost 100-some people. Why would I be nervous? She said, oh, that's right, Dad. I am on a 4th grade reading level when I'm in pre-K. So what's crazy, she had John Hanson with all other schools trying to get her in PZ County. I said, no, she's going to stay where she's at.
That's right.
See, a lot of times, and Ms. King probably know, they hear my name now. My name wasn't, but I'm not. Like somebody told me about a long time ago, don't you move until he tell you to move.
That's right. That's right.
See, when Pastor King, he left because God told him to go.
Yes.
He didn't leave because somebody just said, hey, I need you to start a church up, man. That's what we're going to do. Amen. Nah, you don't move like that.
That's right.
You move when God tell you to move. And he's going to bless you abundantly, but you got to be patient. So I close it today, and I want to pray for the young people. I want our adults in here building to understand we're wounded, but we're a witness.
Yes.
We wounded, we're a witness. We're a witness. Every adult right now, we're witnesses to grab witness. We're disciples for Jesus. We're disciples for God.
Yes.
When I looked at the earth this morning, I realized that God got all this.
That's right.
I said so to God. Oh my, he's so good. Listen to me. To him, I'm like a little small bit, but God, you talking to me.
Yes.
And if you look at the world in a big cycle, I don't care what you think he's not saying, he's saying.
Yes, that's right.
So you gotta hold yourself accountable. Understanding when you naughty to your parents, understanding when you're being disrespectful, understanding when you're a Christian and you actually told another Christian, you better get that on my face. That's not Christian life. But like I just said, when you walk away, don't have a war with that person, but tell you actually not comfortable at my table anymore.
Yes.
And you walk off.
Yes.
Because you know why that person gonna come back and say, church you go to. I'm at Great Bethesda. You can actually be us every time except we go. We're right here every morning. See, church service starts at 9:30. I see some people get there at 9:45. But see, 5-star services start at 9:30. You should be there at what, 9:30?
Talk and say things free.
I don't even, and see, we didn't even talk about this. But understand. Like I say, my wife started Zion Church. They had 50 people. There only about 100-some people. I'm telling them not. It's a lie. Only 100. Now we about 5,000. Pastor Keith Ballard. He shared our ministry. He want our leaders to move on. He want disciples. That's what we got right here. It's not just Pastor King to share his word. We all have to share our word.
That's right.
So I end with this conversation again. What's your value? What you believe in? What's your value? What do you believe in? Because if you believe in the man of God, and you know he's your Savior, and you know you sacrificed for him, like I just said, he went to Thomas. And he went to Thomas just to show his wounds. If you can't show your wounds to a young person, it's a problem, my adults. If you can't show another man your real wounds, it's a problem with you, not with them. So you asking why this person not coming to church? Because you're not sharing it. They don't understand your battle. They don't understand you went to prison. You don't got to let everybody know, but certain ones you love on your heart, you got to touch. So I want everybody to come up. That's my youth. Let's get a circle together so we can pray. And I want to close out on just a prayer. If that's okay, Miss King.